Most people are taught manifestation in a straightforward line: visualize, attract, and eventually achieve. But quantum manifestation flips that approach completely on its head. You're not manifesting from desire, you're manifesting from the outcome. And once you understand this, everything changes. For years, you've probably heard the same advice: picture your goals in detail, feel the emotions as if they've already happened. Maybe you've spent countless hours imagining your dream life: the perfect job, the loving partner, the financial freedom, the radiant health. You've closed your eyes, repeated affirmations, and worked hard to keep your energy positive. Yet somehow it still feels just out of reach. Why does it seem like the harder you try, the further it drifts away? Here's the truth most manifestation teachings leave out. When you hold your vision as something in the future, you're sending a clear signal that it's not here yet. Every time you say, "I'm attracting it," you're also saying, "I don't have it." And the quantum field mirrors that back to you, giving you more waiting, more distance, and more longing. Quantum manifestation does the opposite. It doesn't tell you to pretend your desire will come someday. It places you inside the reality now. It shifts you from wanting to having, so you think, feel, and act from the destination, not toward it. Imagine watching a movie starting at the final scene. You already know the ending, the success, the resolution, the joy. When you know the outcome, everything leading up to it feels different. There's no doubt, no fear, no wondering if it will happen. Quantum manifestation works the same way. When you embody the outcome, your energy changes instantly. Anxiety disappears, urgency dissolves, and doubt fades. Why? Because you're no longer chasing, you're living it as done. Quantum physics supports this. At the smallest level, time isn't linear. Past, present, and future all exist at once. Your state of being collapses those possibilities into the reality you experience now. That's why desire keeps you reaching, but outcome puts you in gratitude and receiving. The universe doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you are. So the fastest way to manifest anything is to start living from it now, without waiting for proof. Stop imagining yourself on the outside looking in. Step into the role as if it's already yours. That's how quantum manifestation works, backwards. And that's why it's so much more powerful than anything you've been taught before. When you're clear on what you want, pause for a moment and ask yourself, if this were already true, if it was already mine, what thoughts would naturally be in my mind right now? What actions would I feel inspired to take without forcing myself? How would my energy feel if there was no doubt left? The moment you do this sincerely, something shifts inside you. Your internal state begins to adjust almost instantly. Your nervous system lets go of tension it didn't even realize it was holding. Your perspective on the world changes subtly, but unmistakably. Colors seem brighter, possibilities feel closer. Your emotional field stabilizes into calm, steady certainty. And perhaps most importantly, the signal you're sending out into the quantum field transforms completely. You're no longer broadcasting lack, absence, or "I need this." You're broadcasting coherence, wholeness, completion. You've stopped chasing, and instead you're aligning. And here's the fun part. Let's lock this in together right now. If you're ready to shift into the already mine frequency, drop 777 in the comments below. Why 777? Because it's the universal sign of alignment, synchronicity, and divine timing. When you type it, you're not just leaving a number, you're sending a declaration to the quantum field. I'm ready, I'm aligned. It's done. Feel it as you write it. Let it be more than a comment. Let it be your energetic signature that tells the universe you've already stepped into the reality you desire. Now let's go deeper. And here's the beautiful irony of it all. The moment you stop needing your desire to arrive, it does. When you're no longer obsessed with the timing, when you've become so immersed in the emotional reality of already having it, manifestation accelerates, sometimes dramatically, almost shockingly. Because here's the truth. The quantum field doesn't respond to effort, it responds to congruence. It doesn't care how many hours you visualize, how many affirmations you repeat, or how hard you try to believe. It only reflects back the state you're actually living in. The real key to manifestation is not in wanting something more desperately, it's in no longer needing it at all. Because you're already occupying the emotional, mental, and energetic space of having it. This is the secret that makes quantum manifestation so powerful, and also why it's so misunderstood. It's the opposite of what most of us were taught about achieving our dreams. We were told to strive, to push, to keep reaching. But this flips everything upside down. And once you truly get it, once you embody it, you realize it's not complicated at all. It's simple, it's elegant, it's precise, and it's profoundly transformative. So stay with me here, because in just a moment, I'm going to show you exactly how to step into this reversed flow of manifestation, living from the outcome first, before anything in the physical world changes. And once you experience it for yourself, you'll never want to manifest in the old way again. Now think about this. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to manifest effortlessly, as if they're walking magnets for miracles, while others spend years trying every technique, every program, every method, and have almost nothing to show for it? It's not luck. It's not because certain people are more gifted, more spiritual, or more deserving than you. And it's certainly not because they're working harder or putting in more hours. The real difference, the one most people never see, is this: those who manifest with ease have mastered the skill of living as if the outcome is already here, not as a fantasy in their mind, but as the truth of who they are right now. And when that's the version of you that meets the world, the quantum field has no choice but to reflect it back. Not someday, not if you're lucky, but now. Here's the truth, the counterintuitive truth, about people who manifest effortlessly. They've figured out how to do less, not less in the sense of being lazy, but less in terms of unnecessary effort, mental struggle, and emotional pushing. They've discovered a subtle yet incredibly powerful distinction in how they relate to their desires, goals, and dreams. You see, traditional manifestation techniques often tell you to affirm statements like, I want abundance, I want success, I want the perfect relationship. At first glance, it sounds harmless, even logical. But here's the hidden message buried inside those words. A message your conscious mind might miss, but your energy never does. Each time you say I want, you are unconsciously affirming a reality in which that thing is absent. Energetically, you're broadcasting lack. You're confirming to the universe over and over again, I don't have it yet. And the quantum field, which mirrors your dominant state with absolute precision, simply reflects that frequency back to you. If your emotional baseline is wanting, the universe will faithfully keep delivering situations where you are still wanting, where fulfillment remains out of reach, where the gap never seems to close. Now here's the paradox that quantum manifestation reveals, and it's a beautiful one. The universe doesn't respond to what you want, it responds to what you are. If you embody lack, it reflects lack. If you embody wholeness, it reflects wholeness. This matching is exact, automatic, and unavoidable. So what's the alternative? Instead of focusing on what's missing, you shift your attention to what already exists in the quantum field. And here's the profound truth. Every reality, every outcome, every dream you could possibly imagine already exists as a potential in the quantum field. You are not building it from scratch. You are not forcing the universe to create it out of thin air. You are aligning yourself with the version of reality where that outcome is already true. Think of the quantum field like an infinite cosmic library. Every possible version of your life is already written, sitting on the shelves as a complete book. You don't have to start writing that book from page 1. All you have to do is choose the book, pull it from the shelf, open it, and start living the story, feeling it, experiencing it, believing it, right now. This is the small yet vital shift in perspective that separates years of frustrating effort from the instant coherence that changes everything. When you manifest backward, by assuming the outcome already exists and aligning with it, you step into a completely different energetic frequency. You stop broadcasting I lack. You start broadcasting I have. And the quantum field, true to its nature, instantly matches that state of being. It's not magic. It's not wishful thinking. It's simply quantum physics at work. What you hold energetically, you experience physically. What you are being determines what you are receiving. Manifestation is not about convincing the universe or working hard enough to earn your desires. It's about realizing that reality is fluid, responsive, and waiting for you to choose your state consciously. The people who manifest effortlessly understand this. They don't chase their desires, they choose their outcomes. They live as the version of themselves who already has what they want. And by doing so, they collapse the wave of infinite possibilities into one concrete, undeniable reality. That's why effortless manifestors always seem calm, relaxed, and quietly confident. They don't push, they don't force, because they know one simple truth. Forcing implies doubt. Doubt is resistance, and resistance delays manifestation. True quantum manifestors never try to make it happen. They align with the version of themselves for whom the outcome is inevitable. And when they do, the universe naturally rearranges itself around that state of coherence. Let this sink in deeply. Your ability to manifest has nothing to do with sheer willpower, relentless hustle, or even how vividly you can visualize. It rests entirely on one thing: your internal alignment with the end state you desire. It's about your capacity to stop reinforcing the energy of lack, and instead stabilize yourself in the vibration of completion. Because when you genuinely assume the outcome, when your emotions, thoughts, and energy fully match your chosen reality, the universe has no choice but to reflect it back to you. This understanding can change your life forever. It means you can finally stop chasing dreams from a place of anxiety, urgency, or desperation. You no longer have to prove your worth, or push harder, or force outcomes into being. Instead, you simply choose your outcome, align yourself with it, and watch as miracles flow into your life with ease. And as life-changing as this is, it's only the beginning. Because now we're going to go even deeper into how to shift your identity, your state of being, so that manifestation becomes as natural as breathing. You'll discover why changing who you are being is infinitely more powerful than changing what you're doing. First, let's take a closer look at the science behind why backward manifestation isn't just a spiritual concept. It's a quantum reality grounded in physics. This isn't theory. It's not wishful thinking. It's built into the very mechanics of the universe itself. At the quantum level, all potential realities exist simultaneously. Every version of your life, from the ordinary to the extraordinary, already exists as a possibility in the quantum field. You're not creating your future from nothing. You're simply selecting the reality you want to experience. And this subtle but profound truth changes everything. It means you don't have to strain, struggle, or force something into existence. Your job is much simpler and far more elegant. Align yourself with the reality you desire and allow it to naturally unfold. Here's the difference. Traditional forward-focused manifestation is like trying to build something brick by brick from scratch. You visualize the goal, create a plan, and work step by step toward it. Effort in itself isn't wrong, but this linear approach often reinforces the idea that your desire is somewhere in the future, not here yet. Energetically, that mindset maintains a gap. It keeps you anchored in the state of not having, and the quantum field, a perfect mirror of your internal state, will reflect that back, keeping your desire at arm's length. Quantum manifestation turns this completely upside down. Instead of pushing reality into existence through force, you become the gravitational center that draws the desired reality to you effortlessly. You're no longer chasing after the outcome, you're magnetizing the timeline where that outcome already exists. This subtle yet pivotal shift is what separates years of frustrating, exhausting effort from manifestation that feels instant and effortless. In quantum physics, everything comes down to one thing: resonance. If your energy is constantly broadcasting, "It's not here yet," the quantum field reflects back delay. But if you vibrate with certainty, gratitude, and fulfillment, as if your desire is already here, the field has no choice but to match that frequency and collapse reality accordingly. This isn't philosophy. It's demonstrated beautifully by a well-known principle in quantum mechanics called the observer effect. Experiments have shown again and again that subatomic particles exist as waves of pure possibility until they are observed or measured. The instant they are observed, those waves collapse into a specific measurable particle. And here's the key: you, as the conscious observer of your life, are performing this exact process all the time. Your dominant emotional state, and where you place your focused attention, are literally collapsing infinite possibilities into a single tangible experience. If you consistently observe your life from the perspective of absence or lack, you collapse into realities that confirm that absence. But if you observe from a state of gratitude, certainty, and wholeness, the quantum field collapses into realities that confirm your state of having. This is why people who master quantum manifestation seem effortlessly magnetic. They're not running around chasing after their desires. They anchor themselves into the energetic truth that what they want is already theirs. It's not magic. It's quantum mechanics at work. Every moment, your frequency is selecting from an infinite menu of possible outcomes. What changes your reality isn't endless physical effort, but the coherence between your thoughts and your emotions, its alignment, its embodiment. Think about it carefully. The life you are living right now, every single circumstance you experience, is an exact reflection of your dominant internal state. The quantum field is completely impartial. It doesn't judge your desires as good or bad. It simply mirrors back the emotional frequency you hold most consistently. So if you want a different external reality, your job is not to work harder in the outer world. It's to shift your inner energetic state until it matches the reality you've chosen, as if it's already done. This is the quantum shortcut. It collapses timelines instantly. Think of it like tuning an old radio dial. The station, your desired outcome, already exists. You don't have to create the broadcast. You simply adjust your frequency until your energy matches the signal you want. When that happens, the music flows effortlessly. The reception becomes crystal clear, and your life begins to reflect the exact channel you've tuned into. It's not an act of creating something from nothing. It's an act of alignment. This single understanding can completely transform your relationship with manifestation. It frees you from the illusion that you must earn your desires through struggle. It liberates you from the belief that goals must be pursued with relentless urgency and force. Instead, it puts you firmly back into your true power, the power of conscious, coherent observation. When you realize your role isn't to push the universe into action, but to clearly and consistently align yourself with the reality you've chosen, the shift is instantaneous. Now, here's why most people resist this truth at first. It defies conventional logic. Our society has conditioned us to believe that effort equals reward. But quantum reality works differently. In the quantum field, effortless coherence equals resonance, and resonance equals manifestation. The quantum field doesn't respond to your level of effort. It responds to your vibration. In the next section, you're going to learn exactly how to embody this truth fully and consistently. You'll see how to break free from desire-based manifestation forever, and how to anchor yourself permanently into outcome-based resonance. The science is clear, the quantum principles are undeniable, and now, you're about to master them in your own life. Are you ready to experience manifestation like never before? Let's move forward together. Right now, you might be thinking, okay, this makes sense, but how do I actually do it? What does quantum manifestation look like in my everyday life? Excellent question. Let's walk through it step by step, in a way that's so practical, so clear, and so simple that you can start seeing changes immediately, without confusion, without wasted effort, and without guesswork. The quantum manifestation process can be summarized in 3 clear, powerful steps. Let's unpack each one together. Step 1. Clearly choose your desired reality, but choose it as if it already exists. This is the foundation, and it's where most people stumble. They visualize their desires as something out there in the future, always ahead of them. But in quantum manifestation, you begin with absolute clarity on what you want, not as a distant possibility, but as something already real, already achieved. Close your eyes and define your desired outcome from the perspective of having already experienced it. If your goal is financial abundance, for example, don't visualize yourself becoming wealthy someday in the future. If your goal is financial abundance, for example, don't imagine yourself becoming wealthy someday in the future. Instead, see and feel the version of you who is already living in abundance right now. Picture the scenes vividly. Feel the deep satisfaction. Notice the confidence, the ease and the joy that come from living in the reality of abundance already achieved. You're not manifesting from a what-if place, you're manifesting from it's already mine. This is the first crucial shift. Step 2. Completely identify with this reality. This is where things get profoundly transformative. Shift from wanting to embodying. Instead of saying, "I want to be wealthy," internally affirm, "I am already wealthy." Don't just say the words, feel them resonate through your body. Notice how your posture changes, how your breathing slows, how your tension melts away as you fully accept this reality. This isn't about pretending or trying to fool yourself. It's about anchoring yourself in the emotional and energetic truth of that reality until your body feels it clearly. Your brain's neural pathways begin to reorganize around this new identity. Your nervous system relaxes into the frequency of having. In this state, you're no longer signaling uncertainty or lack, you're broadcasting fulfillment, confidence, and gratitude. And these are exactly the signals the quantum field responds to most powerfully. Take a moment right now. Choose one specific reality you desire. Feel it deeply. What emotions arise? Gratitude, relief, freedom, satisfaction. Identify those feelings and allow yourself to dwell in them fully. Don't rush. This is where quantum reality is selected, by embodying the emotional truth first, then allowing physical reality to naturally align. Step 3. Release all control and allow the quantum field to respond. This is where many people struggle, but it's also where the real magic happens. Completely let go of controlling how your outcome unfolds. Surrender any attachment to specific paths, methods, or timelines. The quantum field works best when you leave the door wide open for infinite possibilities. The how was never your job. Your only role is to maintain coherence and alignment. The quantum field, infinitely intelligent and perfectly responsive, will handle the details. Think of it like planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You plant it, nurture the environment, and trust nature's intelligence to bring it into fruition. Manifestation works exactly the same way. Trusting the field means embracing uncertainty with curiosity and openness instead of anxiety. When you release control, you stop blocking outcomes with your limited expectations. Suddenly, you open space for synchronicities, unexpected solutions, surprising opportunities, and effortless miracles. It may sound too simple to be true, but quantum manifestation is elegance in its purest form. It bypasses traditional effort because it doesn't require force. It only requires alignment and surrender. When your dominant frequency is grounded in a clear embodied outcome, combined with trust, infinite potential collapses into concrete reality. Here's a practical daily exercise to integrate this. Each morning, before you get out of bed, clearly feel your chosen reality, not as a distant possibility, but as a present fact. Say to yourself internally, "I'm already living my ideal reality." Feel it in your body. Imagine how your day would unfold, what choices you would make, how easily interactions would flow if you were already that version of yourself. Do this for just a few minutes. Then, release it completely. Let go and trust fully. Throughout the day, whenever doubt arises, gently remind yourself, it's already done. You don't need to force the feeling again. Just briefly reconnect with that certainty. Then move forward with relaxed expectation, knowing it's unfolding perfectly. With practice, this state becomes your natural baseline. You become less reactive, more magnetic. Effortlessly aligned, your reality begins to reshape itself around this state of coherence. Opportunities begin to find you. Relationships deepen naturally. Problems resolve on their own. Not because you're forcing them to, but because you're no longer operating from anxiety or desperation. Life starts reflecting your relaxed trust back to you. Does this sound revolutionary? It should, because it's radically different from what you've been taught your entire life. And yet it's entirely grounded in quantum reality. Your life truly can become effortless when you understand that your role is simply coherence and surrender. Quantum manifestation is about stepping aside, getting out of your own way, and allowing infinite intelligence to handle the details. Now, as we move forward, we'll go even deeper. Next, you'll learn an advanced technique called backcasting, a process that effortlessly aligns you even more strongly with your desired reality. It's one of the most potent quantum tools for instantly shifting your life. Think about the moments in your life when something extraordinary happened, something you had wanted for a long time, but that only arrived after you stopped trying so hard. Maybe it was meeting someone who completely changed your path. Maybe it was landing that dream job after you'd already given up. Or perhaps it was a sudden burst of inspiration that came at the exact moment you stopped obsessing over the outcome. At the time, you may have called it luck, coincidence, or divine timing. But what if it wasn't random at all? What if it was the quantum field responding directly to your surrender? This is the turning point, the quantum reversal. The moment when logic and control give way to trust and alignment. When you understand that doing more can actually block what you want, but being more magnetizes it. You've already experienced this dynamic, even if you didn't have the words for it. Every time you've truly let go, and then watched things fall perfectly into place, you were practicing quantum manifestation at its purest form. You stopped pushing against the river, and instead allowed it to carry you. The quantum field does not respond to striving, it responds to resonance. It doesn't move because you demand it. It aligns because you are aligned. Most people live under the illusion that effort equals results. But the most miraculous changes happen when you release, relax, and align internally. When your nervous system says, "I already have it," your external reality begins to rearrange itself to match. It's not magic, it's coherence. And here's what makes this moment so powerful. You are no longer waiting to someday understand manifestation. You're not consuming this as theory, you're living it right now. You are integrating this reversal on a cellular level. Your body is listening. Your frequency is shifting. The field is already responding, not because you pushed harder, but because you chose to see it differently. You chose to stop forcing and start aligning. That's more than a choice. That's a frequency shift. So let's anchor that shift right now. Take a breath, ground yourself, and if you feel called, type these words into the comments. I am ready to manifest backwards. Don't just type it as a throwaway phrase. Feel it as a declaration. When you write it and send it out, you're not just leaving a comment. You're sending a vibrational signal into the quantum field. You're announcing that you are done living in the loop of wanting and are now stepping into the version of yourself that already receives. This act may seem small, but it's profoundly powerful. Why? Because it comes from coherence, from embodiment, not from need or lack. And the quantum field doesn't require your struggle. It responds to your frequency. Every act of aligned intention, a word, a thought, a breath, a feeling, creates ripples far beyond what you can currently see. Now we're about to go deeper. I'm going to share a little known yet incredibly effective technique called backcasting, a kind of timeline hack that can collapse years of effort into moments of alignment. If you've ever wondered why some people manifest with consistency while others struggle for years, this is often the missing piece. And listen carefully. You didn't find this message by accident. You were drawn here, not through coincidence, but by resonance. The field responded to a part of you that is ready to remember, because deep down, you already know. Manifestation isn't about doing more, it's about aligning deeper. It's not about chasing after your desires, it's about becoming the version of yourself who already lives them. This isn't a nice theory to believe in someday. It's a complete shift in state. And the moment you flip the flow, no longer yearning, but embodying, the universe changes how it responds to you. You stop asking and start collapsing timelines. The quantum field doesn't respond to pressure, to hustle, or to urgency. It responds to coherence. The calm, grounded, unshakable, knowing that it's already done. And here's the most beautiful truth. The more you fully embody the already me version of yourself, the faster reality reorganizes to match it. That's the real spiritual work, not in doing more, but in being more aligned. If you truly felt this, if it landed in your body as truth, I've created something for you. An ebook called Awaken Your Quantum Power. It's for those ready to stop trying and start manifesting from pure alignment. The link is pinned in the comments for you. Always remember, the field doesn't respond to your anxiety. It responds to your alignment. The universe isn't waiting for you to work harder. It's waiting for you to be more. Your dream future isn't far away. It already exists. Right now, you've tuned into it. So until we meet again, stay still, stay magnetic, stay aligned, because you're not waiting for your future is already here.